The Central Bank of Nigeria stopped selling currency to bureau de change operators earlier this week. It's an effort to save the naira and stop illicit financial flows. The ban is aimed at stopping the operators who exploit and artificially inflate the exchange rate. But there are fears that move will lead to the artificial scarcity of dollars, which will result in a very real increase in the exchange rate. Experts say this could drive people into the black market. In 2016, similar restrictions saw the black market cost increase by 26% in just 25 working days.
But if the CBN will now decide to increase more to the bureau de change operators and give them guidelines on how to sell, then we, the marketers that are controlling here, we will comply.
We Nigerians, we are the problem of our country, because someone will come with single $100. Since before dollar rate got up to 500, they would say it's single $100, but he would tell you that he is not selling it till it gets to 520, 530. Some will even say 600.
Although banks will sell Forex at a more affordable price, it lacks the convenience and availability that BDC operators provide.
The impact of this CBN decision on the society, for now, I foresee it to be a negative, on the negative side. Sincerely, if you look at what the governor said, he said whatever they were selling to us is now going to be sold to the banks. And the banks are ill-prepared. They are not prepared for this action. I foresee an upward movement of the rate. That means it's like the valuation of the naira.
It's feared that this could lead to a detrimental impact on the economy as prices will be high, pushing more Nigerians into poverty.
So most of our youths are now being employed in APCON. What they are supposed to do is, no matter what something will affect them, let them forget about it and do it for the masses, so that the life will be easier for the masses.
Nigerians worry the decision by the CBN will devalue the naira, but some think it's a price worth paying if it reduces illegal activities. Asmao Alwan, Arise News.
Well, thank you, Asmao. We'll bring in financial expert and senior partner of SPM Professionals, Paul Alaje. Paul, glad to have you join us.
Yeah, thank you so very much for having us.
Good. Is it correct to say that by putting an end to sale of Forex to BDC operators, that the CBN governor has disrupted one of the juiciest gravy trains in the Nigerian economy racket?
I think so. I think central bank's decision is a tough one, and some of us had said it's one of the decisions to be taken even before now. It is a painful one, but it is necessary for us to save the soul of naira. In the short term, as we are witnessing, it will go really high. It may even go as high as 550. And
well,
it will start.
Hasn't it gone that high?
550. Okay, so
yeah.
But we will start saving the soul of naira the moment central bank and deposit money banks, talking about commercial bank, start setting up a proper desks across the banks for those that need USD to access it. And why should we need USD? You want to import. You want to pay for education, school fees, you want to pay for medical bills, etc., etc. Why is it necessary? Why must we continue to import or to buy one or two things? When you look at consumption pattern of Nigeria, economics have what we call marginal propensity to consume. That is the proportion of your income. The three of us, the organization we work with, what proportion of our income do we spend on marginal propensity to consume, which is our local consumption? Number two is marginal propensity to save. From that money you earn at the end of the month, what proportion of this do you save? Marginal rate of taxation. What proportion of that money have you put in savings? Then the last but the most important one, unfortunately, the most impactful one on your income is marginal propensity to import. From our wristwatches, imported. Your eyeglasses, imported. A nice air, imported. The clothes we all wear, imported. Our ties in pocket. Your pocket square, imported. Even if I'm not sure any of the two of you don't bear Tokumbo. If you bear Tokumbo, you are also imported to Nigeria.
I would let you, land on that, but so that we can maximize this. is this really not about dealing with the symptoms rather than the real fundamentals? The organized private sector has said this is bad news for the real sector. The CBN has done this before, banned BDCs and then unbanned them and all of this. Policy somersault. And how is that going to impact on the economy on the long term?
It may result in another policy somersault if central bank and commercial bank are not sincere about this policy. If they are sincere about it, it's going to be a great policy. I give you an instance. I was part of an organization trying to set up production plant in the FCT. And we requested to CBN to give a USD. Not that we want to collect dollars. It is going to be through LC. The bank, commercial bank, is to advance certain percentage as allowed by the law, but rather than central bank giving us for the import, we started seeing tranches in 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, and sometimes we wait, no funding. And other organization, maybe the foreign organization that is going to import the machine for manufacturing and processing, they will not wait for us. Prices are also going up abroad because of COVID. As more people demand for these produce of these products, the prices, particularly produced as good, would increase. So that said, if we are sincere about this, what do I mean by sincerity? If the supply side we go directly to the market. The truth is that the parallel market will still exist. They will be buying through commercial bank now. Why has central bank said that? Because we have more than double the number of BDCs in the last 3 years since we ended.
5,000 applications every month, according to the CBN.
So it is crazy. It is not. It's not what we can accept.
Anyway, Paul,
it's
good that you mentioned that. So BDCs will still be there. It's not like they're out of business.
No, they are not.
All right. Do you agree? I mean, there's no vacuum anywhere. Things don't exist in a vacuum. But do you agree that the point had been reached where CBN had no choice but to do what it did because the program was no longer tenable and unsustainable because Nigeria was spending more on BDCs than the debt service?
$5.2 billion multiplied by the CBN official figure, even though that's the least possible, 410 naira. Multiplied, and those watching us across the globe could multiply it. That is the local naira that we have borrowed money to defend naira that have become airless. In spite of central bank's $5.2 billion. It does not make any sense because we're not feeling the impact. Rather than exchange rate improving, it got worse off. So the best thing to do is, yes, it's falling, but how do we find alternative? The truth is that you have what you call macro alternative, which is the best alternative, and it's outside the hand of CBN. And you have what you call micro alternative. Stay with macro alternative. We need to produce more so that we can reduce importation. Because why do we, all of the things I cited in the first instance, your suit, my suit, my jacket, my tie, they all came from outside Nigeria. And the moment you do that, it's going to have impact on foreign reserve.
All right,
so
Paul,
the
Alaje,
more you keep putting pressure on foreign reserve, I'm sorry, the value of your local currency will keep going. But not just that, the most important thing, you lose job because you are creating job abroad. And National Bureau of Statistics, 33.3%.
Thank you so much.
There you go. The question then is, how do you, bring about that productive economy and not just one that consumes? Paul Alaje, thank you.